Okay, so in the last lecture, we have talked about how to create a Python package. So by now, you should have a package on hosted on your GitHub. For today, we're going to continue with the package, but we're going to set up the website. And I'm going to go through the steps briefly, how to set up the documentation website. And I'm also going to show you how to set up a custom domain if there's something you want. And if you have time, I will show you how to configure the so-called pre-commit type of GitHub actions that allows you to track your package in case something wrong. So I want you to pay attention. If you need to pull something to GitHub, be very careful, double check again, because sometimes if you pull some large files to GitHub, you'll be done, okay? So those hits, basically GitHub records all the commits history. So if you accidentally put something last, your package will be last forever. So you don't want to make those kind of mistakes. And the pre-commit and some GitHub actions can help you prevent some of those before you actually commit merge to the main branch. You will feel much better when we do the practice, like how this really works and how can it help you, okay? So in the last lecture, we have this one, and if you forget to turn on the settings, for example, go here, settings, and then under here, secrets and variables, actions. So this one, make sure that you have this PyPI username and password set up. If you don't, you won't be able to publish this one to PyPI. The other one I want you to pay attention is under the general settings. If you scroll down all the way, not this one, under the actions, general, okay? So you do need to turn on the read and write permissions, because without this one, GitHub Actions won't run. So GitHub Actions basically, like, think about those automatic scripts that can help you test your packages on a variety of systems and also some other stuff. So this one, you need to turn that one on so that the robot has access to your repository. And so next, I'm going to go to Actions. So under here, on the left side, click this Docs. This one here. Do you see a green check mark on your computer, or is it like a red cross? Red. So that means the last time, the reason why it's red because we set up the turn on the read and write permissions after we push to GitHub. So when we push to GitHub, at that time it didn't have the permission to read and write, but now because we changed the setting, you should have access to now. So what you can do is to click whatever you have on your screen, and then you can click run this one, rerun all jobs. So in this way, it's going to run it again, but because now you have access, so just click this one. I already have this green, so I don't need to do it. But if this is red on your screen, click rerun all jobs. Or sometimes if you have multiple, you might say rerun fail jobs. You just run those only fail. If it's successful, then there's no point of running it again. So click the button and then wait for it to finish. Is it finished? No? It might take a minute or two, but hopefully it's not too long. And once it's done, you can go back to the Actions tab here. You should see this one page is build and deployment. Hopefully this one is running. And if you see the green check mark, that means you are ready to go. So click inside. Here you should be able to find this one, deploy, then your URL. So this one will be the website for your documentation. It's just basically just template. If you click, it should take you to this website. Can you see this one? Anytime if you see something wrong, for example, if there's a red color, you need to click inside. So you can click here, you can see all the details why it failed. Don't panic, okay? It's going to happen at least a couple times, okay? When you're doing software development, there's no way that you can get everything perfect every time. It's going to fail sometimes because some dependencies issue or whatever. Then you go in and then see wherever you see the red color, and then it will show you the reason why it failed. So in the future, if you run into any issues, then if you need my help, you will need to make sure that you send me the link to, for example, if you click inside and somehow this one fail, maybe here, and something like this, you can click 1, 2, 3, basically the line number. Then you can copy this URL, you can post it on GitHub so that I can take a look where is the exact location that where it failed. So in that way, I don't have to poke around like figuring it out. So much easier for me to do the debugging. Okay, makes sense. So this is where you can see the changes and make sure you have this website up and running. Any issues with the website? No? Okay, so right now this is just a bare BC here. We didn't really do much. You just enable it and then now you have a website. So this website essentially is what you see from DeepMap and GMap, just a lot more content. The website is built on top of a package called MKDocs. If you want to Google it, you call MKDocs. It's basically a framework that allows you to create website using Markdown. So in that way, you don't need to know JavaScript. You don't need to know HTML. We can just use pure Markdown to build the website. So much easier. And there's also one called MKDocs Material. So basically, it's kind of material design. So looks something like this. So you can create a website pretty easily without knowing anything about JavaScript and HTML. Just simple pure Markdown. So this is what we're going to build throughout the semester, is to improve the website, add more contents, examples. Right now it's just pretty basic, but I will show you step by step how to do that. This is what you can create the website. I recommend up right here, about. Check this box, use your GitHub Pages website. So it should show up the URL here automatically. If I uncheck again, I never remove the forward slash. I personally don't like the forward slash at the end, so I always do it like this way. You can add some set topics. For example, this would be geospatial. You can any keywords that you like, and maybe Python, okay, maybe Jupyter notebook or something like that, mapping, whatever you like. So in this way, people can find your package when they go click a specific tag. But it's unlikely you're going to show on the first page. You need to have a lot of stars before it's going to show up. But it's good to have this because it basically makes it much easier to be discovered. And also you can enable the discussion. Right now, I don't have that yet. Go to settings, scroll down here, check this one, discussions, set up discussions, start discussion, right? So you can also ask questions here. So in the future, if you have anything, you can ask here. The other way, you can ask on the course website. So 510, either one is fine. I will check both of those. So if you run into any technical issues, let me show you how to ask questions. For example, if you go to the course website discussion here, and you can new a discussion from here, Q&A, for example, and then you can like ask any questions. So for example, if you run into issues with your Python package later, and then something goes wrong, for example, let's look at this one. Right now, there's a red cross here. That means something is wrong. I click inside, blah, blah, something here. Or you can also go to the actions, right? And then from here, if something is wrong, you can click inside and go here, somewhere here. Then you click this one, for example, and then you get the URL. So get the specific URL to the error message where you see the error message. Then you can write, for example, something here. I'm just showing you how to ask questions properly. You can provide some sample codes or something like that, and you say, okay, website fail to view or something like that. And you can give a description if you want. So here, what I need to do is just simply maybe somewhere here, and I can create. You can take a screenshot using your Mac Windows or computer, whatever. So for example, I can see here, I can drag something like this, okay? And then I can say, okay, point to here. Okay, this is the line where it shows error message, whatever. Or you can have a highlight something. Oops, this is not the right color. Let me change to red. Anyway, you can use any screenshot software. So for example, like this. And it will be helpful for me to do the debugging. And after that, I just copy. I don't even need to save it. Then come to GitHub, just Control V, upload the screenshot somewhere in here. And this is, okay, this is the error message, blah, blah. Okay, like this. And then just click, okay, start discussion. So when I have time, I will go back and check, and I will give you an answer. Okay, you need to debug yourself. I can help you. Good luck. Okay. So once it's done, if you think it's solve your problem, I mark as an answer. Now it's fixed. Okay, so you can ask questions either here or ask questions on the GeoDV website. Either one is fine. But create a new thread, okay? Don't just come here and then just use the welcome. There's no point of, because it's hard for me to find out which one who need help. Understand? So this is how you can debug your questions. Next, let me quickly show you how you can set up a custom domain. So for example, I have leafmap.org, Gmap, I have so many domains. So how to actually set it up on your domain. So right now, for me, oops. So for this one here, it's something like this. Your username.github.io and then your project name. So this is basically your second level under your main website, right? So we already have this one. We created this one in the previous lecture. This is just for your personal website. And now whatever project that you created, if that project has this Pages branch, it's going to build a website. So you can have many websites under your domain name. But this is a little bit too long. So if you want, you can register for a domain name so that it's easier to remember. And if you really want to, this is not free, okay? You may be able to find some free options. But you can purchase domain name from, for example, GoDaddy or whichever website you're going to purchase. Just go online, Google it, you'll be able to find. So right now, for example, you can type, just search your name maybe, right? See if your name, the domain name has been taken or not. So for me, this is my package name, right? It's called GeoDV. And let's see if somebody has taken or not. Oops, geodv.com, okay, 6,400. I'm not going to buy it. I'm just showing you, like somebody has raised this website and they just want to take advantage of the short and brief, but I'm not going to buy this one. So here, GeoDV AI, right, 49 bucks, and they are locked up loss just 99 cents for the first year. So geodv.online, not bad. You feel free to register, okay? I'm not going to register if you want to pay. For me, it's just a demo. So also geodv.info, right, .app. So normally the domain name is range from 10, 20 bucks or some more than one. For example, might up to those IO AI domain might be up to 50 or 150 bucks. But if you really want to have your customized domain, then you need to buy one. Like I said, the first year you might get like 1 cent, but following year you might need to pay 10, 20 bucks. So it's up to you. If you don't renew, the domain name is going to go away. Okay. So this is how you can purchase a custom domain. Once you have that, then you need to change some settings in order for people to point to visit your website. So next, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. For example, I have this domain purchased on GoDaddy. Okay, so I already have the domain, and I already set up some of those like basically the first level to gshub.org, but I can add a new record. So I'm going to show you on the fly how this actually works. So what I want is a domain name, for example. Right now it looks like this, but I want to, because I already have this domain name, so I want to have one called geodv.gshub.org. Kind of right now, right? UTK, right? UTK.edu. In our department, it's called geography.utk.edu. So kind of like I own utk.edu. I can create many departments, right? I can create an AI department called ai.utk.edu. I can create another whatever you like. So you have control about that subdomain. So what I can do right now is to add a new record. Again, you don't have this one right now. You can just watch. You don't have to do that. And this one is called CNAME. Okay. So CNAME is basically the URL you want to use. So for me, it will be GeoDV like this. And then this one is basically your GitHub domain name. So my GitHub domain name is like this. So what this one is doing is when people visiting geodv. This one is going to go to my GitHub account, and GitHub is going to figure out where this one should be pointed to, redirect to. And then I will change some other settings. But for now, just going to show you here. This is your package name. This is your GitHub domain. Click save. So this is called DNS record, domain name server or something like that. Now it's done. So what I need to do here is to come to this page. And I need to add a file called CNAME. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. Again, I'm going to go to my, maybe under my local computer. Okay. So under my documents, I'm going to open this one. And so always remember to make sure you check your branch when you open that on your local computer, because sometimes you might merge a new branch on remotely. If you forgot to synchronize to your computer, then you might have problem. So git branch looks good. Git pull, okay, everything is updated. You keep updating the extension. You can restart it if you want to. So what you need to do is just simply under the docs. Yeah, I believe it's under the doc. One second. I haven't done this for a long time, so I might be mistaken. But let me quickly show where is this being stored. I think it's under the docs website folder. There should be a CNAME. Yeah, okay, that's right. So what you need to do is to go into the docs directory. So this one, all these file, all this markdown here are being used in the building the website. So we need to have that called CNAME. This is basically just the convention they're being used. So CNAME, okay? And then from here, the website name will be geodev.gshub.org. Okay, Control S, and that's pretty much it. That's what you need to do. After that, I can just simply I can create a new. No, I don't really need a new branch. I can say add CNAME. Go enter, push. So once it is pushed to GitHub, you see it's going to build, update the GitHub Pages branch. So go to the actions and pay attention to this one. Hopefully no error message. And then we can change the settings. So you can see this is going to basically install all the dependencies, and then it's going to add the file, add basically the CNAME that we just added, add the subdomain, and then later we can go to the GitHub Pages settings and we can change it. Then you should. It looks so complicated, but it's only 2 minutes. You just set that up on your domain server, get the URL, and then come back to GitHub just to add this file, and that's it. Okay, almost done. Hopefully. Now let's go to Actions tab again. You should have this one up and running. So now it's going to build the website, and that website should have that CNAME integrated in there. Oh, by the way, I forgot to coding. All right, so now it's done. Look at this. I have this website here. You see that? See the URL? So now it's geodv.gshub.org. It's not GitHub.io anymore. So this is how I set up domain. So I can come back to my website here and then click settings. Oops. And change this one. Now if I use this again, you see it's been updated. So This is much easier to remember. It's a little bit shorter than your GitHub.io and then slash. So it's certainly better if you someone really want to like develop your own stuff. You have your personal website. Once you have the domain name, you can customize the URL to whatever URL that you like. It doesn't have to be the GODV. It can be anything. So this one technically doesn't have to be the same name as your GitHub repo name. It can be something else. If you want to double check, go to settings, pages. Over here, you see it's automatic. Look at this one. GitHub automatically figure out that I don't even need to enter because I have the CNAME files in the repo. GitHub will read the file and then put the URL there. So what I need to do is to also check this enable HTTPS so that it's more secure. So when people visit your website, they're not going to get the warning message saying that blah blah is not secure, your connection is not secure, something like that. But anyway, this is just optional. Like I said, it's not required. So how many of you have a personal domain name? No one? Okay, you can, if you want, you can try it out. All right, so this is about creating a subdomain. Next, I want to show you how to add so-called pre-commit. And this is the one that right now, this annoying one here called pre-commit.ci. Do you have this one showing this on your computer? Oh, no, probably you don't have because I didn't enable that settings. So next, let me show you how to do that. Go to this URL. You need to follow me because otherwise you won't be able to set it up correctly. pre dash, oops, it's called pre-commit.ci, okay? And then dash commit.ci. You should come to this page. Yes? And then click sign in with GitHub. So from here, just click authorize pre-commit CI. So CI stands for continuous integration. So basically it means used in the software testing allows you to do all kind of stuff automatically. So authorize. And so from here, you might already just have yourself. So click your name. I have other account. And I'm not sure if you're going to see the same interface or not. No. What's the button? Add on, yeah, add on installation. Because I already tried before. Just add on installation. And then authenticate whatever on the screen. Just follow the instructions. Because I've done that, so right now it's not, the interface is different. But just follow. Yeah, select, for now, just select all repository. Or if you want, you can just select the one for your package. That's fine as well. But I would recommend you for all your packages because especially if you're doing a lot of Python stuff, geospatial stuff is useful because that one, it can help you check typos, check last files in case you don't accidentally commit a lot of garbage to your repository. You can think about that one as a gatekeeper to make sure that you follow the guideline, follow the best practices. Otherwise, once you mess things up, it's messed up. There's no way to undo, okay? Once you push to GitHub, there's no way back. If the commit is still on a local computer, you haven't pushed to GitHub yet, that's fine. Even if you push to GitHub, if it's through a branch, a pull request, that's fine. But once you merge into the main branch, you are done, okay? If they screw, you are screwed. So you need to be very, very careful about something, especially if you develop something that's very popular for other people. That's why you need some people to review before it merges. Otherwise, you can cause a lot of distractions. All right, so hopefully it's done. And so right now, if I go to my GitHub account here, setting, click your icon, and then go to maybe settings. Scroll down somewhere to, I believe this applications. Yeah, go to applications here. You should be able to find this one, right? Pre-commit. If you click config, you can change the settings if you want. So right now, I allow pre-commit to access all my repository. Okay. So once you have that, the next step is we need to add the so-called pre-commit file. And so let me come back to the repository here. And so what you need to do is to add a file, but you can open your VS Code first. I'm going to show you how we're going to add a new file. So for here, under your home directory, maybe, okay, easier because you're going to make typos. Go to leafmap.org and then click the upper right corner here. You can just copy my file, so in that way you don't have to start from scratch. So go to leafmap GitHub repository and then scroll down. Do you see this one? Doc pre-commit config.yaml. So click inside. You should see this, okay? So the easiest way would be just to click this download button here, upper right corner, download raw file, okay? And then just download this one to your computer. So download this one to your directory under your home directory, okay? Your package home directory. Also make sure that the file, right now the file name by default, it removes the period at the beginning. You want to add the period at the beginning, so it's a hidden file. Otherwise, it might not be recognized. So add a period at the beginning. No space, okay? Period, and then pre-commit blah blah config.yaml. Click save. All right. So now, if I come back to my repository, you should see this one. You see doc pre-commit config.yml. So with this one, you can take a look at what's inside. So what this one is doing is going to check if there's anything wrong. It's going to maybe remove some empty spaces, some trading white spaces, and also you're going to make sure that you don't have large file. So this one right now is 500 KB. So if you are trying to push a file larger than 500 KB, basically 0.5 megabyte, it's going to show you the error. So in that way, it can prevent you from commit large files to GitHub. You should avoid doing that, because if you accidentally commit a 500 megabyte of file onto your repo, it's there permanent. So when people are trying to clone your repository, it's going to take them for a while to clone it. So you will need to make sure that the file, your repository, is pretty concise. Also, we have this one called Black formatter. So allows you to format your Python code nicely so that it's professional, it's standard. We will use this one later. For now, we haven't really done Python programming yet. But this is the one that used to do all kind of formatting, makes your code looks better. Also, there's one called code spell, okay? So in the last week, we talked about how to find the typos, right? This one is going to help you automatically find all the typos for your repo. And the last one is to remove all your output from your Python notebook. So if you read a notebook and then you run the code and you generate a lot of outputs in your notebook, it will remove all the output before you push most to the main branch. So in that way, you don't have unnecessary output in your repository. So this is all basically doing all the cleanup, okay? Housekeeping stuff, gatekeeper stuff is super useful because you want to make mistakes, but this one is always there to check. And it's very important that going forward, you use Git pull requests to commit things to your GitHub and then merge to the main branch. Otherwise, if you directly merge, it's done. If you make mistake, it's there. The gatekeeper will not be there available to help you. But if you through pull request, it will run through all the steps and then let you know if something goes wrong. Okay? Any questions? Yes? Yes, you can ignore. So this is just something I put here. You can, if there's some keywords that's like intentional, and then it show you that it's an error, you can put it as an ignore keywords in here. So ignore words blah blah blah. I will show you later. Maybe I will add something later just to show you the effects. Yes? You can always push to the main branch, but this one will not be checking that if you push directly to the main branch. If we check, you saw red cross. It will show you like what's the error message. But if you want to fix things before you merge, then you need to use pull request. Because this one is going to basically, if you push to main branch, and this one is going to run, it's going to show you the error, but it's going to show the red cross. But you cannot fix it. You need to have another commit to fix it. For pull request, it will let you know, and then you can fix it. Everything goes well, and then you merge. So you will not show the red color on the main commit history. I will show you. I will give you the example so you know exactly what we are doing here. So right now, let's try this one. Let's create a new branch. Okay, git checkout this B, and then maybe pre-commit. Create a new branch, and then I'm just going to commit get to GitHub add pre-commit. It's actually called hooks. Pre-commit hook. It's something that the term that used by GitHub. It allows you to check anything may go wrong before you merge. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to go back to here, create pull request. And then this is the new file that we just added. Create pull request. And you might need to wait a couple seconds. Now, if you see this one, it should be something running besides other stuff. But this is the pre-commit that's being executed. If you want, you can click inside. Looks good, you see? This is what you want. That means you have tested, there's no typo, there's no last file, there's nothing. Right now it's still showing this, it should be green. Oh, you see? The second one, right? You realize I only push one, but then you can fix it automatically. So if there's something wrong in your repo, we can help you fix. If you click this one, let's see what has been fixed. See here, it removes those empty white spaces that are unnecessary. Basically, have you clean up your house. Also, this one is going to change automatically from all the single quotes, double quotes using the black formatter. Again, I will show you more later. And other than that, it's just, yeah. It also help you automatically reorder the requirements. We talk about the requirements later. Alphabetically, A, B, C, something like that. It's pretty nice. So it's a little bit more organized. It's more professional rather than something kind of random. And this is not what I did. Pre-commit helped me fix that. Make sense? So right now it has two commits. If I come back to, oh, it still have errors. Oh, good. Let's see what happened. Oh, no, that's just the first one. The second one works just fine. It's still running for others, but you can see the pre-commit has been done. So if this is something that you want, you can certainly like utilize pre-commit. If pre-commit automatically fix things for you, make sure that later if you want to add more stuff, you need to use git pull. Because on the lower left corner here, we see this one like behind because pre-commit edit one commit right now. I'm kind of falling behind. So you need to use git pull to do that. So in this way right now, my local copy is synchronized with GitHub. And you see all the files that have been changed in here. Super important. So make sure that you do that. And hopefully you should see the green check mark very shortly. And it's still running. But right now, let me show you. Like this, see, I want to add a typo. Not typo. I mean, you can add some typo accidentally and see how pre-commit can help you identify. So I can continue, for example, to add more stuff. I can say, for example, this would be create, okay, interactive maps with minimal line of code, whatever, okay, and great tool for GIS. I'm not sure if you can recognize GIS or not. Let's figure it out. So Control S. So right now I have these two lines of code. Do you see any typos? Maybe add this, okay, intentionally and see how it works. So now I can commit, okay, add features. Let's see if pre-commit can figure it out or not. Okay, so whenever you push to GitHub, pre-commit going to run, and hopefully it's going to help us identify the typos so that you can fix that before you push to merge to the main branch. For the typos, pre-commit will only show you the typos, but they will not fix it for you because they don't know whether um, sometimes it's intentional or something else. So here, if you click this one, yeah, where's the huh? It's not. It's weird. It's supposed to be able to identify those typos. Interesting. One more time. Great. Anyway, we'll come back later. For now, just wait for this to finish. If you see all the green check mark, then I can come here, squash and merge commit. If you use the first one, because we have 3 commits, it's going to merge into the main branch, and then your 3 commits are going to be show up as 3. Usually, it's not a good because practice because you're going to have a lot of commits on your main history. So what I recommend is maybe go to the settings. You can disable this one. So go to the settings, and then under here, pull request, disable this one, allow merge commit. So in that way, you don't accidentally click that button. So if you disable this one, come back to the pull request here, and look at this one. Right now, that one is gone. You cannot use it. So better to just use this one. I always use the squash and commit. That means the 3 commits are going to be combined as one. It's going to be better. So I'm going to take this one and then confirm squash and merge. Yes? Uh-huh. Yeah, that one you don't. Huh? Yeah, yeah, you didn't have that step before. It's like when you push to my account, you submit a pull request because my repo has already been set up with pre-commit. So you will check that you have those typos. So you will see the red X. It's totally fine. But right now, if you already set this one up, so in the future, when you push to your own commit, it's going to show your own repository. It's going to show the red X as well. But if you find it very annoying, you can turn it off. You can select like, I just want pre-commit for this specific repository. All right, so now as you can see, we have this one here. Should be up and running. I'm so surprised that you didn't catch the typo. It's very interesting. Anyway, so this is how you can enable pre-commit. Next, let me quickly show you how we can check that on our local computer. So, because sometimes you don't want even to push to GitHub, you want to check it locally. So if this is something you want, you can do it like in here. So if you want, let me show you to go to the precommit.com. They have some instructions here, installation. So what you can do is to install this package and then just run pre-commit. You will be able to run all the files. Okay. These are some of the key commands in here. And let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to open my VS Code. I'm going to conda activate my geo environment. And then I can just install this package. Pip install pre-commit, hit enter. And this is just a small package, so it should be fine. So once you install the package, then you can install pre-commit just for this repository. Again, we go to here, instruction here. The next step is to just run pre-commit install. Pre-commit install. It's going to show you, okay, pre-commit install, blah, 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 this. Okay, good to go. The next one would be to run the command. Pre-commit run all files. Hit enter. So in this way, you can check the basically any errors message locally before you push to GitHub. You don't have to. This is not a requirement, but sometimes if you make changes to a lot of files, you might want to do this step. For the installation, it's one time only. It might take some time, but after that, it should be much faster. It's going to install, for example, Black, Wholesale, and others. So in that way, you have all the dependencies are set up. After that, yeah, I'm surprised. So it didn't catch the error. Let me run the code spell. Yeah, no error message. That's weird. So how about this? Let's see if this. Okay, now it catch one error in here. So for example, it assume this is what you have. And oh, by the way, I need to git check out main because I merged it. Okay, this is annoying. So because right now, uh, I'm on this branch, right? The pre-commit. That one has already merged. So this is a very common errors they're gonna get is that you create a pull request, you merge on GitHub, but you forget to switch to the main branch locally, and then you keep doing that, and when you're trying to commit, you're gonna show you blah blah not working. Worst case, you copy this file and then have a backup somewhere, or because I only make some minor changes, I'm going to just cancel the changes, and then I'm just going to git check out main and git pull. So in this way, right now, my branch is synchronized with the branch. From here, I can now continue to make changes. For example, hello world, okay, Control S. So from here, I can run just call spell serial. It's going to run all the files, and it's going to show you, okay, this is something is wrong. I can also run pre-commit, pre-commit run all files. Enter. You see, now it does capture this error message. But this one, I don't know why. It's the vocabulary probably is not good enough. So, like I said, this is optional and it's not a requirement. But right now, if I push this one to GitHub, it will detect it. So let me quickly show you, right? GitHub, check out this be maybe features, like update features. Control Enter. So now when you're doing the Control Enter, it will actually not allow you to push. Probably it's going to show you the error message because you're going to install all the dependencies and then check if you have any typo. If you have a typo, you might need to fix it. But it's only available when you install the pre-commit on your local computer. If you don't install the pre-commit, it probably won't work. Taking a little bit longer. Okay, so now take a look. It said show command output. Whoops. And so this one actually shows you the result. Oh, now it captures this one. Create, it gives you some options, right? So in this way, I can fix it before I push to GitHub. And so just look at this line 14 and 15. Right, so line 14 and 15, grade 2, low, and Control S, and push this one, add this one to stage changes, Control Enter. Now it's good. Right, I fixed all the errors before I push to GitHub, and we'll create a new branch. Come back to here, pull request, create. I did just 2 lines. I fixed the typo. Create pull request. So what you want to do is just make sure that pre-commit is a green check mark, not a red X. Otherwise, you need to take a look into that. Sometimes it might be intentional. If it is intentional, then you need to fix the error message. So this is just need right now. It's waiting. Hopefully, it'll be done very quickly. Others are pretty quick because right now our package doesn't really have a lot of functionality. So you just install the packages. The next lecture, I'm going to cover how you can actually also test your packages locally. But for now, make sure you understand these are all called GitHub Actions. Are those kind of virtual environment, Windows, Mac, Linux, to test your package. And the pre-commit is outside GitHub. It's running outside GitHub, but it's a useful one. And this is what you want. If you see any obvious errors, you probably want to fix it before you make branch. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and I don't want to wait until you finish. I know it's not going to run into any error message. So now we have this pre-commit created. Next time, any people trying to contribute to my repository, pre-commit is going to run all the tests for me, and we're going to identify only obvious things that's wrong. And lastly, always go back to your GitHub here, local copy, and then git pull, and delete oh, no. You can delete your other branch if you want to. All right, so that's all for today. I will see you in the next lecture.